So hi guys, welcome to the channel Learn Concepts with Nikhil, Discover, Learn and Grow. So in this video, we will be learning about software development life cycle, right? So in the previous video, we have learned about project phases, right? Project phases, we have also in the previous videos, we have learned about RFIs, RFPs, RFQs, and also we have learned about IT projects, IT software projects types, right? So in this video, we'll be learning about software development life cycle, like how a software is built, how a project is built. Project is nothing but you have to build a software, right, in IT company. So how a software is built and what is the life cycle of the software development life cycle of the software. Sorry. So let's go into the definition. The software development life cycle is a structured process used to design, develop, test, and maintain software applications. It's quite intuitive. You can understand. Like you'll be designing, developing, testing, and maintaining the software applications which you have built. It ensures the software meets user requirements and is delivered efficiently and with high quality. So, by following this process, you can build a perfect software, right? In our context, in this situation, our user is nothing but the client. So, you will be building the perfect product or perfect software with the help of SDLC so that client can be satisfied, happy. Uh, the SDLC includes phases such as requirement gathering, design, development, testing, deployment, and maintenance. And we will be discussing about all these phases in the upcoming slides. Yeah, first is requirement gathering. As I said you before, requirement gathering plays a very crucial step. So this is the first and crucial phase where the project team collaborates with the stakeholders. That is nothing but business analysis. Business analysts will be collaborating with the stakeholders, clients, users in the perspective of product managers, clients in the perspective of business analysts to gather detailed requirements for the software. So like you'll be gathering the requirements. So ask more and more questions so that he will be giving more and more question, more and more answers so that you can build the most perfect solution or most perfect software product. The goal is to understand the problem, identify user needs. User needs are nothing but in the case of product manager, user needs, and in the case of a business analyst, it is client. Identify the client needs and capture both functional and non-functional requirements. Functional requirements are nothing but like, is my app working finely? Like if I click on one button in the landing page, it is transferring or it is making me to go to other page or not. Karke. It is all about functional things. Is my app working perfectly right or not? Karke. And non-functional requirements are the one like is it speed? Like is my app working speedily or not? It is working fastly or not? It is reliable or not? Or not? It is scalable or not? Karke. Like these are non-functional requirements, but also plays a key role while building a project. So in the requirement gathering, the goal is to understand the problem of the client and we have to analyze and we have to give the solution to the client so that he can approve the solution so that we can make the implementation with the help of solution team. So that is about the requirement gathering step. In this step, a comprehensive requirement specification document is created which outlines the desired features. As the client said, which this document outlines the desired features, functionality, performance, security, and these are security performance comes under non-functional requirements, and functionality comes under functional requirements. User interface comes also under functional requirements, and any constraints the software must adhere to. It is quite intuitive, right? This is the requirement gathering step. Next is requirement analysis, where you will be doing analysis of the requirements which you have gathered. After gathering the requirements, the next step is to analyze them to ensure they are clear, complete, and feasible. So you will be gathering the requirements and you will be getting some unwanted requirements too. So that you will be cutting off the unwanted requirements and you will be making the scope, you will be making the project plan with the requirements, perfect requirements. Next step is the team works on defining the requirements. Okay. So it will be working on defining the requirements, prioritizing them. Like we will be following the various prioritization techniques like Kano model, Moscow model, Rice model, and There are so many prioritization techniques. We will be following. See, we will be learning about prioritizing techniques too. These prioritizing techniques or tools are same for business analyst as well as product manager. So no need to worry. So if you learn business analyst, you are half product manager. Yeah. So yeah. So the team will be working on refining the requirements. As I said you before, they'll be cutting off some unwanted requirements. They'll be prioritizing the requirements, and they'll be resolving any ambiguous or conflicts between the stakeholders. So this is the second point. The third point is like it may also involve creating use cases, user stories, and detailed system modules to ensure that all requirements are well understood and aligned with the project goals. So in this phase, business analysts will be creating use cases, user stories, and detailed system models. Will be use cases. You can understand use cases, right? Use cases are nothing but like examples, like real world examples type. And you will be also writing user stories. User stories also will be discussing about user stories in the upcoming videos, in the upcoming course of videos. So you will be writing user stories so that it will be clear, and in user stories, there will be also acceptance criteria. We'll be learning about all these things. So user stories gives a clear idea about the project to the developers and the design team so that they can build the perfect project. To ensure that all the requirements are well understood and aligned with the project goals. As I said you before, they should be aligned with the project goals so that developers can build the perfect product. This phase results in clear and approved requirement specification document that serves as. So in this phase, requirement analysis phase, you will be finalizing the RSD document, that is nothing but requirement specifications document. So after this, you will be going to system design phase. System design is nothing but you will be designing the software. During this phase, the software's architecture, components, and overall structure is designed, right? You'll be designing the software. It is not functional, but there are some apps, there are some softwares like Figma and all. It is not functional, but they will be making it as look like they will be making it functional. For example, they are not actually functional, but what happens if they are functional karke, we will be doing that with the help of Figma in the UX design course. I will be also making UX design course, so that in that course you will be understanding. But in this phase, you understand that you will be doing only design, not functional things. You will be doing only design things. Like you will be designing the software, like what icon should be on the top, or what icon should be in the middle, what color theory I have to follow to build this app and all. Next is the design is divided into high level design, low level design, detailing system components, user interfaces, and data flow. So in this point now, you will be creating mockups. Mockups are nothing but you will be drawing the rough sketch, or you will be doing the rough diagram on the Figma app or any other software. So here you will be doing mockups, low fidelity mockups, high fidelity mockups, prototypes, so that you will be giving the clear design to the development team so that they can develop the perfect product. Next is designers ensure that the system design meets the requirements outlined in the previous phase. As I said you before, they will be ensuring the design meets the requirements. Like they have to make the design based upon the requirements which are done in the requirement analysis phase. A design document is produced which will guide the development of the software, right? So what you can understand here is okay, requirements gathering phase is the input for requirement analysis phase. Requirement analysis phase is the input for system design phase, and system design phase is the input for development phase, and development phase is the input for testing phase, and testing phase is input for deployment phase, and deployment phase is input for maintenance phase. So every previous step is input for the next phase, right? So in this development phase is nothing else, is also called as coding. You'll implementing the design. In this phase, developers begin writing the code to implement the system design and functionality as specified in the requirement. So design team will be designing the software based upon the requirements, and development team will be developing the software based upon the design team, which is based upon the requirements, right? Which has designed based upon the requirements. So everything is interlinked. So design phase is also a must. Design phase is also a very important role, and it plays a very important and crucial role, so that developers can be developing the code or the software based upon the design that is like which has kept requirements in the mind, and they will be designing the software. Next is the software is built using the programming languages, frameworks, and tools. So yeah, you have to need you as a business analyst, you need to know the concepts, but don't explicitly know the coding and all. So let's skip that point. And next is developers ensure that the code meets the specifications, adheres to best practice for quality and maintainability, right? So they will be developing based upon the design and requirements. Next is testing. Testing is a once your product is designed and developed, you have to test. You cannot directly release it to the general public, right? You cannot directly release it to the real world users. You have to test first. And for this testing, there is a particular set of resources called testers. After development, to the software undergoes various tests to identify and resolve any defects or bugs. See, if any bugs or defects are there, again development team will be taking that responsibility, and they will be resolving those issues. Next is testing ensures that the software meets the defined requirements and functions as intended. So they will be testing based upon the requirements. Uh, is the product satisfying the requirements or not, Karke? So requirement gathering plays a very key role, guys. So yeah, next is, and business analyst will be doing all these things. I'm saying in the perspective of the business analyst, right? He gathers the requirement, he does the requirement analysis. He doesn't do the design, but he will be giving the basic mockups, and he'll be implementing the design with the design team. He will be implementing the software with the help of development team. He will be implementing the testing with the help of testing team. So testers will be testing the software based upon the requirements which a business analyst and client has given to them. Next is the testing phase, typically includes unit testing, integration testing, system testing, and these all the technical testing. And user acceptance testing is nothing but you will be testing based upon the with the actual users to validate the software, right? See, first is you have to verify the software, then you have to validate the software. We will learn about that in the product management, software product management. Next is deployment. In the previous stage, we have learned about testing, right? In this phase, we'll be deploying the software. Deploying the software is nothing but you will be releasing the software to the actual users. That is nothing but a production environment where it can be accessed by the end users. Deployment can occur in stages, like you will not be releasing the entire software, right? You will be not releasing the entire software. You will be releasing some part of the software, like you will be releasing the first version, second version, third version, vice versa. See, you can see ChatGPT, right? Let's take ChatGPT an example. First, it has released a 4.0 version. Then it has released a reasoning version. Then it has released a Sora. It has released a DALI. Then it has released a Sora. So Sora is a video generation model. So it has a like development phase is nothing but you will be deploying the software. You'll be deploying the software in phases. You will be deploying the software in phases. So deployment can occur in various stages. As I said you before, it will be occurring in different stages. Like you can release different versions. Next is it may involve configuring the software on production service, ensuring all dependencies are met, providing necessary training or documentation. So you will be deploying and configuring the software on production servers. So this is about deployment. And next is maintenance. Maintenance is nothing but you need to maintain the software, right? It is quite intuitive. After deployment, the software enters the maintenance phase, which involves fixing bugs, making improvements, and ensuring the system remains up to date. See, in software development, like say, life cycle, also there are many methodologies, like waterfall methodologies, there are agile scrum methodologies, there are Kanban methodologies, there are lean methodologies, there are V model is there, and we will be having any number of methodologies, but we will be concentrating only on some methodologies in order to develop the software. And in the next video, we'll be learning about the software development methodologies. So this point says about that only agile. Agile is nothing but you will be making continuous improvements and you will be iterating the software. You'll be iterating the improvements on the software. So after deployment, the software enters the maintenance phase, which involves fixing bugs. You will be fixing bugs in the agile. You will be making improvements in the next based upon the you will be making improvements based upon different agile steps and ensuring the system remains up to date. Yeah. Maintenance can include patches, updates, and support for new user requirements or changes in the environment. So, yeah, maintenance is nothing but you will be fixing bugs and you will be making the customer or the client has a better user experience. So that is about maintenance. And let's see the last point. By focusing on requirement gathering and requirement analysis at the beginning, the SDLC now emphasizes a detailed understanding of user needs. In our case, it's a client or business needs before moving to the design and development phase. As said in the slide, requirement gathering and requirement analysis plays a very crucial role. So don't neglect and business analyst plays a very crucial role in requirement gathering and requirement analysis. So, see, if a company wants to grow or if a company wants to decline, business analysts play a very crucial role, major role. So, business analysts play a very key role, and that is the reason why they are in demand, right? If you have the perfect skill and perfect knowledge, then no one will stop you. No one can stop you from getting the high package. So this is about SDLC life cycle and requirement gathering and requirement analysis is one of the major key steps in this SDLC process. This structure can help ensure the software is built to meet the exact requirements and explanation of the stakeholders. As I said you before, if you have the perfect requirements and perfect requirement analysis, the software will automatically built with the help of the software. The developers can automatically build the perfect software. The developers can build the perfect software with the help of requirements, with the help of perfect requirements. So gathering the perfect requirements is a major role here, done by analysts. So yeah, in the next video we will be learning about software development methodologies. Like there is agile, as I said you before, there is agile, waterfall, and everything, right? So we will be discussing about agile and all in the next video. Thank you, guys.